welcome to Women's Corner, of course, where we share success stories. At the same time, we say everything that involves women, affect women, and of course, things that you can actually do as a woman for yourself, for your family, of course. And at the end of the day, we just want a better version of yourself. Well, my name is Just Blossom, and of course, this program is from 12 to 1 every Monday through Friday. And yes, you can watch us by downloading Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store to watch this program, or you can tune in to a free-to-air channel, UHF 27. Well, I'm not doing this alone. I have my co-host with me, Gratitude. Gratitude, how are you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Blossom. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
I love your hair.
Oh,
it's sweet.
thank you.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to another exciting episode of Women's Corner, where we talk about everything pertaining to women. And as usual, today's topic is very, very interesting and very educative. So sit back and don't go anywhere. My name is Gratitude Imokode, your Gen Z host.
Of course, yes. And before we go for the first tip and our first break, we always wanted to give you a sneak peek of the guests we have in the house. I will not tell you how profound it is. When we come back for the break, we'll read how profound for you. Well, we have Kike Lomo in the house. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good to have you.
Same here.
You look amazing, then.
Thank you.
You look like the angel between both of us.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming into the studio.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome too. Well, let's quickly go for a short break and the first tip for the day. Then we come and hear her success story. At the same time, she's going to give us things that will reduce the mortality rate and, of course, the death of children, being born. A lot of things about that and more information as a woman. So stay with us. Let's go for this short break and have a first tip. I'll be right back to the studio. Stay with us. Don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, that was an amazing tip. I miss Shalom. Oh, that was good. that was done by Shalom. Well, moving on, let's introduce our guest today, sitting down. Of course, we already met the lovely woman, the angel in the middle of all of this, and she's the one winning today's show. Well, her name is Kikelomo Adisa. She is the visionary founder of Stare for Change Mother and Newborn Foundation and K-Plant Cereal. A passionate advocate for women's health and child nutrition, she's also on a mission to reduce maternal and infant mortality in underserved Nigerian community. Well, you just said the topic we're talking about. We're talking about infant mortality and, of course, the mothers also, going at the same time, maternal and infant mortality. Well, through her foundation, Kikelomo provides free medical checkups, health education, nutrition interventions, and birth kits to vulnerable pregnant women, nursing mothers, and children, impacting over 6,000 lives across Lagos and Oyo State. Her social enterprise, K-Plant Cereal, produces nutritious, natural cereal blends for babies at age 6 months and above, tackling malnutrition while supporting the sustainability of her foundation's outreach programs. Kikelomo holds a master's degree in industrial and labor relations from the University of Lagos and is a chartered associate of the Institute of Personnel Management. She also attends several leadership and business programs at Lagos Business School and Harvard Business School online. She's also a fellow of the Vital Voices Visionaries Program. With over 17 years of experience in HR, marketing, and nonprofit leadership, Kikelomo continues to inspire change, building healthier futures for women and children across Nigeria. And drum rolls for Kikelomo.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. What a lovely profile you have there.
Thank you.
Okay, so obviously we could see there's a lot of wellness, a lot of, it's basically about health. So obviously I can call you a health advocate. Now, so far, so good. There's not really so much of a diversion from your studies in school. So where did the dream start from? What was the drive? What was it that made you pick up and okay, this is what I want to do. I want to keep pushing to make sure that mortality and infant mortality rate, comes to a very minimal, rate. What started it?
Okay. Interesting. So it all started when I had my third child. That's the only boy, by the way. before delivery, it was a very smooth delivery. You know, I had no complications, nothing. And when I gave birth to him, we got discharged, I think like after 2 days, because it was a smooth delivery. And when we got home, 2 days after, he was just sleeping. And I went to check up on him. I saw that he had already started finding it difficult to breathe. You know, it was turning blue. They call it.
Blue.
Yeah. You know, I was shocked, and immediately we rushed him to the hospital. When we got there, by the way, it was not in Nigeria. So it was when we got there, and you know how it is. They got the baby, placed him on oxygen. He got stable like after 2 hours, and we got transferred to the intensive care unit. And that was the biggest fear, you know, when you, of course when you're in the intensive care unit, the fear is there, and I was crying. It was we're there for 5 days. The second day, I was alone with him. I was crying, and I just told God. I said, God, if you save this child for me, I'm going to be saving lives. I'm going to be saving. By the way, I didn't mean it because I was miserable.
You just wanted something.
I wanted a miracle. I wanted a miracle to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and 5 days, series of tests was done. Different specialists came in. They were poking from behind, from the head, from the skull. I mean, it was too much for me to bear because I thought it wasn't going to make it, you know. And when all the results came out, nothing was found, by the way. Yeah, nothing was found. And we now got transferred to a normal ward. And 2 days before discharge, they told us that if we're going to go home, we needed a monitor, $5,000 monitor, you know, and we already spent a lot. We didn't have it, obviously. You know, I told them, I said, we don't have it, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, miraculously, 2 people came in. Probably the next day, I can't remember now because they're 7 years. My son is 7 years now. And he said we needed, that they were from something charity organization. They don't call it NGO. They call it charity organization. You know, and if we needed any help, we need help. This is what the issue is. And, you know, it was just a phone call and a form to fill. And we got the monitor for free. Wow. I mean, God was just telling me something.
I know you're itching to say that. Yes, you will continue. Please continue. Welcome back, of course, our viewers to the program. We are listening to an amazing story, how she was able to start this. And I love that story. Somehow, let me just a little bit. Now, looking at what you said already earlier on, it just simply means that it was as if God was just waiting for that opportunity for you to start something, because you're looking for something and in a split second, someone was already coming, to ask, and you're having it for free, and you said for free. Yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, so we got the monitor for free, and of course, let me fast forward to when we got back to Nigeria, and you know, I started dreaming about saving lives of children, especially, and when I go out and see children on the road are not well taken care of, have gross pimples on my body. I feel so emotionally, like something was really happening. And it was 3 days to my birthday. My husband asked me, by the way, he's a lawyer. And he said, and I told him, I said, I want a non-profit organization registered. By the way, I'd already started researching and on how to, you know, how to save the lives of children, mothers. I knew I was going to start with pregnant women, saving their children, and that was it. We got the organization registered, and I started. And now 6 years. 6 years now, and we've saved so many lives. We've impacted more than 6,000 women and children, you know, living in underserved communities. I could go on, and let me just stop there.
No, but honestly, that is beautiful. Having to save 6,000, do you know what 6,000 is? That's a whole lot. Yeah. So now let's go over to the funding part, because like you said, now there was a charity organization that, you know, procured the monitoring system for you in the hospital. Yeah. So how do you go about your funding? Because obviously I from your profile, there's a kit.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I know what
I
it
know.
is to have a kit
Mhm.
being
Mhm.
donated for free. So how do you manage the funding, finance?
Okay, so when we got the NGO registered and I started using my personal funds, and I remember then I came home with less than $1,000. You know, that was the money I used start the
NGO?
NGO. And so, and we're doing different programs. As time goes on, we were posting pictures, success stories on WhatsApp, especially on my status, and people will say it like, you're doing an amazing job. Did you do this? You know, people started getting interested in it and started getting donations. In fact, I can tell you, even till now, we use more personal donations to run the NGO than
Was donated
by people organizations.
Organizations.
You know, yeah. So it's all the fundings from friends and families. Will see the things you do and they appreciate and they want to support. Some will volunteer the time, some money. You know, I mean, that's how I always tell people. I said, you know, I did not go to God that I wanted to be doing this. God called me and he has been making everything easy. From partnerships to donations and all of that. I mean, God has been good and there's a fulfillment in
it. Of course, there has to be a fulfillment. There has to be, because having to take care of 6,000 mothers and infants, that's not like counting 1 to 100. You know that. That's like 1 to 1,000 and more. And you know, sometimes when I see numbers like this, usually I hear both online and, you know, physical. But this is you saying that physically you've been able to impact 6,000. 6,000. Yes, you're going there now. You're going to 60,000. I understand that. Well, gratitude. What do you have?
Okay, what I'm really interested in is how it has been for you. So when you were busy saving lives, the children, mothers, families, at what point did you have that calmness, that drive, like I'm really on track, like I am really doing what I really want to do? What experience did you have that you felt, oh, you are on track? Can you share it with us?
So, honestly, I have been doing it and from outreaches and I've never gotten stuck. When I mean stuck, like no money, no. Even if it's 50,000 we have in the account, before even I finish spending the 50, another one will come in. You know, from partnerships, we partner with private hospitals that help us with, you know. Yeah, so I don't get stuck. And it's just it just flows. It just flows, exactly. So and I know that, so doing all of those things, I know that, okay, this is the way. This is actually the way. And the problem we're solving, you know, you can see the, what's it called? The impact. The impact in what we are doing. And you know that, no, this is it. You're happy seeing all of these things that you're doing now. You'll be like, God is really behind you and this is the right way.
So invariably, there was no certain point whereby you just thought about it and maybe questioned, like, should I really be doing this? Or maybe you not really got stuck, like you faced a kind of challenge, but you knew that you were just going to overcome it because you feel like this is the right course in the right direction.
Yes.
Was there a point like that?
There has been challenges, don't get me wrong, but I never once doubted it or gave up, you know. And I'll tell you some of them, because when we started, you know, I told you it was all about passion. I started with passion, and I didn't know that you can't run a nonprofit with just passion. You needed so many things like knowledge and all of that. And that was when I realized that, because when I faced all the challenges, which I can't mention all of them, then I knew that, okay, I needed knowledge and how to run a proper non-for-profit foundation. That's when I went to the healthiest school, the Harvard Online, and although we're still learning.
Learning is a process.
We're still learning, and that was how I've been able to, run the foundation properly, in a structured way. Well, we're not still big. We're going to get there by God's grace. So, yeah.
Wow, what an interesting story. I think we should go for a break. Let's go for a break and have our second tip for today. Then we will come back and now look into the area of exactly what she does, and that is to reduce the infant and mortality rate in Nigeria. Let's have a short break and the second tip for the day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Shalom is the one raining today, Monday. Well, anyways, let's get back to what we're talking about. Now, we really need to know how we can reduce infant and maternal mortality in Nigeria. Coming from you now, of course, you have the experience and the knowledge, and like you said, knowledge is a thing of continuity. So what really do you think are one of the major things that we overlook as parents, as mothers, as sisters, as friends, as neighbors, colleagues too, that we could actually do for or to or with, mothers or intending mothers, to avoid this mortality, right?
Okay, thank you. So number one is education. So when we started, our first pillar of impact was health education. So, well, it's another story. I was going to go to another story, but don't let me do that. So, health education, we realized that mothers, pregnant women, vulnerable pregnant women, they don't have, and nursing mothers, they don't have enough knowledge about pregnancy and so many things. They lack a lot of knowledge about how to pregnancy, antenatal. They don't know the importance of antenatal. So what we do is educate them on the importance of antenatal. We could say like pre and postnatal education, right? And also the birth kits. We also give them birth kit because another cause of maternal mortality is lack of birth kits. And what are birth kits are sterilized materials that you use to have an hygienic delivery, safe and hygienic deliveries.
Okay.
Like we have the gloves, the pad, and scalpel blade. So now let's go back to education. So, during the process of medical outreaches, where we educate the women and the pregnant women, so there is a particular community we went to, and there's traditional birth attendant at the outreach. So we interviewed her, we asked her how she's been coping, how she saves lives and all of that. We now realized that. So from her story, we got, she was able to tell us that there's a particular woman that came to deliver a child and she didn't have anything, obviously. No, even birth kits and all of that. But she needed to save the child. And she had a used blade at home, and took the blade, used it to cut the cut. I mean, she needed to bring out the baby. And you know what that is? I mean, it could lead to infection and can cause the death of both the mother and the child. So those are the common things, lack of education. And I mean, even some of the traditional birth attendants, they don't have enough education. They don't have,
to take deliveries.
Some are not even well trained to take deliveries. So, so that's some of the causes of. I could go on if you want me to.
Oh, please go on. Please go on, because these things are things that we need to really understand. Because there's what they call it in Yoruba. I don't know where they say the traditional midwives.
Alagbo. They call them Alagbo.
They call them Alagbo. People tell you, I know, my mother said I shouldn't go to the hospital. It's Alagbo that's going to.
Yes.
And when they say those things like, the baby will be strong. Okay, I had a friend that she's educated. I'm sorry I had to say she's educated. Like, she's educated. But when she wanted to give birth, she was like, that her mom said the first one which she had was a problem, that she should just trust her to take her to an alarm without help her for easy delivery.
Oh.
Now, obviously, the delivery for her was easy because she was like, there was something they give her every morning. She was there some days before delivery. They give her a concoction for morning, afternoon, and night, to ease the delivery. And when it was time for her to give birth, baby just came out gradually. Then there was something she was taking to stop the bleeding after a while. Then, to help her with the bleeding and all that, to avoid infection. Then the baby also, that's what they were using.
That's the problem. Some have, some are even educated. Some have the money to go to a proper hospital, but they still feel that it's the halagbo that can save them, the traditional birth attendant that can save them. That's the problem. So there's this particular outreach that we went for, I think about 2 years ago. So we were educating the pregnant women, how to, of course, everything about prenatal and postnatal. That's what so we're telling, a particular woman now raised her hand up like that. Is it safe to take alcohol during pregnancy? And the doctor was like, nope. Why did you ask? We got to know that she takes alcohol because so that she can know if the baby is moving in her tummy. I said, why? She said, because she doesn't have access to healthcare. No, she doesn't have access to healthcare where she will do the scan.
To check.
Yeah. And another woman said, in fact, all of them at that point raised up their hands and said, yes, they do the same, and the doctor now had to tell them the implication of taking alcohol and what it will do. They did not know because they don't have the knowledge. They don't know, So, even some educated ones, they know, but they will still go ahead. So we just need constant education and awareness, creating awareness, the importance of all of these things, importance of antenatal care and, constant learning. And there's several causes to lack of proper nutrition. When a pregnant woman that is not eating properly can develop anemia, and can cause death, both the mother and the child. Also high blood pressure can cause it. It's a very, very dangerous thing when a pregnant woman have, so during the outreach, we also we give them free health checkup, check their blood pressure. You see some of them, very high blood pressure. And you'll be like, have you gone to the hospital? Some have not even registered. Yeah. So all of this, we educate them. And in some cases, because some of the things that we do to solve all these things is, some don't even have access. They don't have access to healthcare. They don't have money. It's because they don't have money to go to the hospital. Yeah. So in some cases, we pay their hospital bills. We pay their hospital bills after doing because we take healthcare to their community. So we check them, give them birth kits. I've told you the benefits of the birth kits. Free consultation, medication, and some cases that we see that this person needs urgent attention. In some cases, we help them. We help them. We partner with some private hospitals that can help them with medical care. So, and do you want me to mention what some of the things that we do?
Yes. Because you mentioned the lady that did not have access to quality health care, that had to take agbo to know, or the alcohol to know if the child is moving, because she could not get access to the scan. So now, what role does, or let me put it this way, how does access to quality health care increase the survival rate of both the mother and the infant? Because even as a body in general, I don't want to talk about personally for those that don't have enough finance to go to the hospital. Some of the hospitals don't even have quality health care. So what do you think can be done? What do we need to put in place to create this awareness? Maybe to reach out to the government, to do something about it as a body, not just as a person.
Okay, I mean individual or government or individual, right?
Both individually and
okay, so to individual, we still keep the awareness going, we need, so people need to know the causes, they need to know about they need to be educated about pre and postnatal education, what they need to do during pregnancy. You'll be shocked that some of these women, they don't know. And the alcohol thing, in some cases, some of them said that it washes the baby's body before the baby comes out. That's the reason for taking alcohol. So many so we also educate them about family planning. And you know that some don't even know that what family planning does. They don't know that it's safe. They said they don't take it because it can harm them. It can stop them from getting pregnant again, or it can cause cancer. I heard that one.
Cancer?
Yes, that it can cause cancer. So we need to continue this awareness. Awareness shouldn't stop. Then, of course, we can, even individuals can even partner. If they can't do it, they can partner with us NGOs. Everybody can just do something one way or the other. You can partner with us. But the government can even partner with NGOs too to solve this problem. And they can also increase the budgets. By increasing the budget, they can have more hospitals, more primary health care, more equipment. And so I could go on so that I don't
Anyways, we can't even take our last tip. I'm just going to ask one last question before we go. Well, basically, you've said so much, and you were able to give us a few details of one of the things that could increase, that could reduce actually mortality rates, and of course the infants too also. But now let's look at solutions moving forward. What in just few minutes, maybe 1 minute, I think our time is already up. 1 minute, what are the things that you think every pregnant, in fact, I don't want to put it all on just the pregnant women now. I want to put it on the people around them. What do you think we need to start imbibing as a culture for us, so that we can also help to reduce this mortality rate, and of course the infant mortality too?
So like I said, individuals can partner with NGOs. You can even partner your time. We have doctors that work with us for free. They don't even collect anything. You can volunteer your time. You can donate. You can even spread awareness with us. Help us share flyer, importance of this, and there are lots we can do. To do.
Okay, for anyone now who wants to probably contact you, reach out to you and be like, okay, I love this dream. I've always wanted to be part of this kind of a dream. How do they reach you? Can you tell us your social media handles?
Yes. So our website is www.starefornewborn.org. Stare STERFORNEW.org. And our Instagram is Stare for Newborn. Just Stare for Newborn. STERFORNEW. And for Facebook, Stare for number 4, Stare for Newborn.
So the
Facebook.
difference is just the number
4, right?
Facebook.
Yes, and Twitter is the same thing as Instagram as well. Yes.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Your dreams and your goals are very beautiful, because saving life is all that matters. We need to hold ourselves responsible for whatever we do, but at the same time, we also can show some responsibilities to our neighbors. At least the Bible said, love your neighbor as yourself. Well, anyway, thank you so very much for being on the show. Thank you for sharing this with the audience, and of course with your people. I'm sure your people are watching too. Thank you also for being in the studio. But I hope you enjoyed the program.
Oh yes, I did. I in fact, I still have more to share, if not for the time.
All right. You see? Okay, we could create another slot where you can always come in for you to, continue with the story, because we really need, like you said, awareness. And this is another good form to make the women get more awareness. Of course, and it's not just about the women, even the husbands too need to also, Well, thank you very much for being on the show. It's been so much fun. Well, thank you viewers for sticking by from this time. We'll be going into the next program, and that's the buzz. But before that, we still have a short break in between. I am just to be joining you on that program. But now, I'll just say goodbye. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. I'll be seeing you on the buzz. My name is Blossom. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Women's Corner. See you same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Grace Chidimokwe, the host. Goodbye.